All right, so we are back. Bronmyr, did you finish up your turn? Is there anything else you wanted to accomplish?
No, I was gonna move up and attempt to hit that dude with my warhammer.
Okay, the warg. All right, go ahead and make your attack.
16.
16 hits.
I can hit stuff.
Yay!
Not very
Not
hard.
very hard. I was like, man, he's bloody. This will probably nope. He's all right. All right. Well, the
Did I
goblin
miss
boss.
something? That Abjure Wizard token.
That is the spiritual weapon of Bronmyr.
Oh, right.
I just pulled up the first token I saw really fast just to mark where it is. Manek, you are up.
I'm swing at the old Borgy boy. I'll reckless attack again.
All right.
And hopefully hit this guy.
Yeah, they get advantage anyways. You might as well reckless, right?
Yeah.
There you
24
go.
to hit.
That definitely hits.
And it's going to be 12 points, 14 points. Correction.
Oh, yeah. How do you want to do this?
If I can, I'm just going to try and cleave over its head.
Yep. You bring that sword down, cleaved it in two. Wet, steamy guts spill out onto the dirt and your shoes.
And then I'll just turn and stare down at the goblin. And that'll end my turn.
All right. Elos, we are back up. Round 6, your turn.
Okay. Well, I measured it a minute ago. I'm just a little too far from the guy that's running away up here.
Yep.
So I am going to take 10 feet of movement to get there. And that gives me what I need to do this. And I am going to flip out 2 psychic knives. One for this guy over here. Him to go first. Oh, nat 1. Ain't that a bitch?
Well, lucky for you, there's nobody
Alright.
in melee with you.
That's truth. And since I had a plan and it was still valid, I am going to go ahead and try to use the second attack against the guy that's trying to escape and keep him from getting away. And a 22 will do that.
It will.
And he takes 6 points of damage.
Yeah, so you guys watch as this little goblin is just full on sprinting as he's bleeding, trying to get away, and then just and flies forward, tumbles and rolls. He is dead.
Well, it really looks more like he trips over his own feet and just falls down and lays still. Because Elos, you notice from the damage to the warg and the damage to the boss that those purple glowing knives they hit their target and disappear. They leave no visible wound.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he still flies forward because it's got to hit him somehow.
Well, yeah. He flies forward because he's moving forward. His brain stops working and his body just collapses and he falls forward. Weirdly enough, almost everybody falls forward when they die.
I don't know how one would know.
Take it on faith.
Okay, so now it's this goblin who is left all by himself here. And seeing that there's no way he is escaping, he is just going to make one last desperate swing at Manek with advantage. And that's a 14, which misses. And then we go down. Samwise, if you could make your second death saving throw to me. All right. Bronmyr, you are up.
I'm gonna move my spiritual hammer over here. My spiritual I guess it looks like a hammer.
Yeah, spiritual hammer.
And my
Is at,
spiritual hammer. And I'll try to whack him if I can find my spell. There we go.
That used to be the name of the spell in the old days.
I think so.
yeah, that definitely hits. And it definitely crushes that
10.
goblin into goblin paste.
And
And we
maybe I can hit stuff.
are out of initiative, guys, as you guys have cleared this out.
I have a
I'd
question.
like to cast Spare the Okay, go ahead.
Oh, never mind then if he's going to cast Spear Dead, but I guess I still do have a question. If I've trained my familiar to look for opportunities to regurgitate, would he act on his own in this situation if Bronmyr wasn't here?
You know what? If when we come to downtime activities, you want to spend several weeks of your downtime to train that kind of thing, I will allow that later. I'm not going to allow it right at the beginning of the campaign.
Okay.
But it'll take several animal handling checks over several weeks, maybe even months, depending on how your animal handling checks will go.
Okay, and that's when I'm unconscious, or is that in general?
It'll just depend on the wording of your downtime activities.
Okay.
But also, isn't your familiar a concentration spell? So anytime you go unconscious, he vanishes.
It's not concentration.
Oh, it's not concentration. So
He might
neither of them
outlive
were.
me.
He might outlive you.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, he's a celestial. I'm not sure what the ramification. Like, if I die, does he still stay around? Oh, maybe.
I don't know. That's something I'll research. I'll know by next week. That's a good
Next
question.
character is an Owlin, and it's just Pippin seeking vengeance.
I know that in Baldur's Gate 3, if Gale dies, the cat stays. So, all right. So, you cast Spare the Dying to stabilize Samwise. Did I hear that, Bronmyr?
Yes.
All right. You are stabilized, Samwise, but not happy about the situation.
Sorry, am I not happy about the situation? Just not.
You're
Doesn't know
in a
whether
lot of
to
yeah.
RP
You're in a lot of pain. That's all. I can't
Okay.
tell you what to think, obviously, but you're in a lot of pain. That's how we say that.
It's gonna get up and say, "Oh, that's smarts."
All right. So yeah, you guys are here amongst this broken caravan.
Oh, I'll thank
Alright.
Bronmyr as well.
Um,
I'm straight up
Uh,
getting to dirty business and start to hack up.
remind me. The guard here. Which one of my the named town guards was this guy?
That's Job.
That's Job that I bought lunch for.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to run over here to Job first thing, and I'm going to try to make a medicine check and see if Job is still salvageable.
Okay, go ahead and make a medicine check.
Does he have a pulse? I have a 13.
13. You go down to check the pulse, and you realize that the open wound across his throat is probably not even.
Yeah, it's never mind. Inspecting the body, realizing that now there is no hope there.
Yeah.
Well, crap.
He does have
Well,
got a nice axe. He doesn't need it anymore. It's just laying right
hey,
there.
we're not looting the town guards. We're taking the. Oh,
I
What
just
happens if
heard
they have
somebody
plate
say
armor?
they were just picking stuff up, so I don't know.
I'm hacking
Oh,
off ears and hands.
Priorities.
Okay, so there were 8 goblins, 2 goblin bosses. So all in all, that's 10. So you would have 20 ears and 10 left hands.
And I'm going to also attempt to chop off the other warg's head.
You're gonna try to talk him into that. Make a survival check.
That is a dirty 20.
Yeah, it takes you a minute,
Nice.
but you get that head off. You don't know where you're going to put it. They are large monstrosities. That's a big
Okay.
head.
Sweet. Are those two
Um,
chests in one of the carriages? Wagons?
Yes, they are. You guys going to loot the caravan? You are perfectly able
I'm-
to. I have a loot table already rolled up if you choose to.
I'm
What's
going to
the-
continue checking the guards. Are any of them still alive?
As you walk around Bronmyr and you start to look, it does not look like anybody in this caravan or the guards have survived.
Okay. How far outside of town are we?
Not far, 2-3 minutes. And you were running at a full sprint.
Okay. Did any of the horses survive?
The horses are gone.
The horses are gone. Okay.
And actually, listen, a little bit of a humble brag. I made this map myself. And
It looks
I'm
good.
quite proud of it, but it looks like actually make a perception check. Why would I give you free information? I'm a DM.
All of us?
Anybody who wants to make one.
How about a 19?
Yeah.
How about a 7?
You are too worried about that bite mark across your shoulder. And nope. You know what, Elos? You might not like to have admitted it at the bar, but you got an eye for shiny stuff. And if you look to the east on that map, it looks like some of the goblins in their hurry had dropped some coin pouches and some loot as they were running away. It looks like this was an ambush. There was a certain regiment that grabbed the horses and what they could and made off with it, while the others stayed to slow down the guards so that they could not catch those getting away with the loot. So there's a coin purse
Okay.
over there. There's actually 2 coin purses over there. If
You know, coin purses are just money. That's nobody cares about that. It's not on somebody's belt. We don't know who it belonged to. It's fine. I'm just, I know this guy. I'm not looting his body looking for loose change. Um,
Luckily, I don't know him.
but yeah, are any of the wagons intact enough? The coach here, for example.
that fancy purple coach?
The fancy purple coach.
Yeah, so you see that there are 2 unfortunately young looking noble women laying outside of that coach dead, but it is intact. The horses are gone, however.
Okay.
That wagon to the north's intact as well, right?
What was that?
The wagon to the north.
Yes, that covered wagon up there to the north is also intact.
Okay. Can I make an investigation check to examine the coach and see maybe how many people were actually in the coach? Were there more here than just the 2 dead women that are on the ground?
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you want to open the door on the coach, or do you
Yeah,
just want to examine it from
uh,
the outside?
well, I'm gonna do a thorough examination of the thing, check inside and out.
Mhm. So you're looking around and you decide to check the door, and it's hanging partially open because it looks like it was forced open, and like there's several
Oh,
bang
that's
marks.
not great.
There's several bang marks, like somebody was on the inside pulling it. And you open the door, and actually inside you see a young nobleman in the shiniest, crispest armor you have ever seen. This stuff has never seen battle before, but this guy spent probably 10,000 gold on the armor himself. And he is curled up in the fetal position, just shaking, with this big, huge great sword with these gaudy gems pressed into the hilt, and he's got all the lookings of, if he was cleaned up and not pissing on himself, he probably thinks himself a brave knight. But you just see this sad, pathetic
Do I
man.
do I know who he is?
He is not local.
Okay.
No.
Fair enough.
Sam's gonna wonder, are we the bad guys?
He is not afraid of you. You have a feeling that. Well, no. Make an insight check, Elos.
Okay. Not super great at those. Not super great at
Yeah.
those.
No, this guy was. This guy was just trying to hide out. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna talk to him, right? We're not gonna just.
Yeah.
He's got this high pitched, annoying voice. He's like, are they gone?
Oh, if you mean the women that were riding with you? Yes, I'm afraid so.
Oh, my sisters?
Jeepers, he wasn't really.
You let the goblins kill your sisters?
Excuse me, sir, lad. Have you seen those savage beasts?
Yes, yes, we have. We have seen them.
At this point, Elos reaches up and pulls the arrow, the 2 arrows that are currently
You know what?
still sticking
Now
out of
that
him
he's
out.
talking, Elos, you can make another insight check at advantage.
Oh my god. As a 13 with the advantage.
DC was 12. You're
Okay,
you're
well.
looking at the door, and the way that I said it looked like it had banged several times. And now you look down at the corpses and you see the fingers, and you're pretty sure he wasn't trying to keep the goblins out. He was so afraid of the goblins that he wouldn't even let his sisters take shelter inside of this carriage.
Oh.
Hey, Bronmyr. There's a guy over here that I think he's hurt. And Elos just looks at him and locks eyes with him. He's hurt really bad and just doesn't know it yet.
No, sir. I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken.
Let me make the intimidation check and see if it sticks.
Go ahead.
I'm really bad at that one.
No.
Yeah, it's a 9.
He's scared.
He's scared
Yeah.
already. He doesn't get the joke.
He starts to stand up and he pulls on his armor so that it's straightened out, and it is some gaudy stuff with this big sigil of a house you don't recognize on the chest. And he's like, my name.
Get out of the wagon,
Sir...
you prissy bastard.
Excuse me, peasant. Do you know who you are talking to? I am Sir Dinnigan Uppercrust of the Upper Crust of Brighton.
Sorry, I'm dead. Wait, your family's the ones that got rich with the chain of bread, with the chain of bakeries, aren't you? The upper crusts?
How my family made their money is none of your concern, peasant, and I thank you for handling the monstrosities on the outside, and had you not been so slow, perhaps you could have saved my sisters.
You mean your sisters that you wouldn't let hide in the coach with you?
The audacity to accuse me of such a thing.
Look at the blood on the door of the coach, asshole, and look at the injuries to your sister's hands.
I will be sure to speak with the mayor of these. I do not have time for your accusations. And he tries to bravely step out around you guys.
I trip him.
Go ahead.
Calmly
I will make a dexterity saving throw.
Do I need to roll something?
Go ahead, and I will have you roll an unarmed attack.
Unarmed attack or sleight of hand? Same roll.
DC's 14.
Fuck.
He starts to, but he notices and he catches himself. And you, sir, are an embarrassment to Tosin if this is how we are greeted. Be sure to let Mother know. He exits the cart and he doesn't even look down at his sister as he starts to walk down the path
Oh,
towards the
hell
town.
no.
How would I? Would I have to grapple him to slap
Oh,
my
if
shackles on him?
if you want to stop him and shackle him, yes, you will need to make an opposed athletics check. It shouldn't be hard. He has a strength of 8, and I rolled a 6.
Oh my gosh.
Sweet.
How's he even walking around in plate armor then?
Yeah.
It's probably
Magical
skin.
items make it much
Mithril.
lighter.
Magical items. Ugh.
Oh yeah, he
Oh
is.
shit.
No expense was spared in Sir Dinnigan's outfit.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw him to the ground and shackle him up.
Okay, yeah, you throw him down, and he begins cursing in Dwarvish. And what he is saying, I will not repeat, but it may or may not be rather racist.
Ooh.
I'll punch him once for me, and I'll punch him twice for his sisters.
Go ahead, make R. No, you know what? He is down prone. You would get that. So if you want to go ahead and
I'm
just flavoring it up.
No, I don't want to. We'll
No,
just flavor it up.
you don't want to actually rough him up? Because I'll let you roll the damage.
I know, I'd probably kill him.
Seeing the
No,
commotion,
I don't
I'll
wanna
wander
roll
up and I'm going to ask what's with the skinny dude. Because I have no idea what you've been doing. I've been cutting things up.
Manek doesn't even give me. He's just hacking up goblins.
Okay.
He killed his he killed his sisters.
I did
He did
no
his sister.
such thing, sir.
I just
Well,
looked down at him, see him be
see what the
weak as
mayor
shit.
says.
We could just kill him then. Without any sign of
The
jerk.
threat alone would get you hanged.
We'll see who hangs.
Okay, so now you guys now have Sir Dinnigan Uppercrust as a prisoner.
I'd like
I
to
need
take this opportunity to cast Detect Thoughts for my once daily free.
Okay. Is there a save for that?
Only on the second turn. On the first turn, I can pick up his surface thoughts without him having to save for it.
Okay, so on the surface, the way I usually play surface thoughts for the detect thought, this guy is scared shitless. He is ashamed. He is immense guilt, but he cannot let you lower class dirt know that he is feeling those things.
You know, telepathic communication is free with the telepathic feat. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell him telepathically, "Oh, don't worry, Cupcake. I know about your guilt and your shame. I know what you did."
Last summer.
Okay. Making another intimidation check with advantage because you're in his head.
Can you make him shit his pants so he's got to get out of his armor and then we can stake it?
Well, there's a 14.
Yeah, you don't get a reply, but
Well,
Even-
it doesn't work that way, but his
even-
surface thoughts react.
even you sense a sudden fear as he looks into your eyes, and he just goes quiet and stoic as he's sitting here against the cart shackled, and you get the feeling that maybe the fight is out of him for right now. So you guys have some time if you want to tell me what you want to loot, what you don't want to loot. Tell me. So you obviously have your 20 goblin ears and 10 left hands.
Obviously, we've got to disarm him, right?
Oh, the goblins? Absolutely.
Okay.
Um,
So each goblin, including the bosses, they just had mundane scimitars. If you You guys want 10 scimitars and 10 short bows?
Sure. I
Um,
mean, we've got a wagon, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
And leather armor, right?
Looking through all the wagons and things as well. Then
let me check with this. You guys want to openly arrest and rob a noble?
No.
I'm not robbing nobody.
I mean,
I'm watching
talking about the
people
goblins first.
Oh, the
looking at
goblins.
keep
Okay.
vehicles flying around.
I'm-
So I
El-
would definitely just openly look in the wagons because
Elos looks around at everybody and says, "Okay, look. The guards in Tosin are friends of mine. We treat their dead with respect, and this asshole belongs to somebody hoity and toity. So his whatever crap he or might have or his carriage might have isn't free pickings. We'll
but
get paid for
other
the bounty.
wagons.
We'll
Oh.
get paid for the no. This caravan is carrying trade goods to the city.
All the merchants are dead, though.
Is that a voice that we hear in our head?
It is.
I'm gonna
Trade
say
good.
some words over the bodies and
Yeah.
not listen
Actually,
to the-
Bronmyr, as you're looking, it's not a. Okay, yeah. Everybody make an investigation check. I should have had this done at the beginning.
Uh-oh.
This is a very small caravan.
not great.
Yep. Okay, so the 14s. You realize that all of these wagons, the broken chest, clothes,
It's been
all of this is this guy's and his sister's stuff. He had this whole large caravan just for him. It's like those people who go camping in basically houses, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
So
So
I'm noting
here-
that I will say to the others that if we plan to take this, we're gonna have to kill that dude. And I'll decide for
that was not the path I was leading you on, but go ahead. You do what you want. This is Dungeons and Dragons.
He survived. We turn him over. We turn him over to the captain, along with the proof of what he did.
So I need
Leave
to...
the guardsmen here.
Are we
mean,
going to
you
take
want-
them back to town, like their bodies, to get them buried or something?
It's going to get done, but right now, I want the guard captain to see the scene and to specifically see what this guy did to his sisters before
I'm fine
anything
with
else happens. You want to
No doubt.
go ahead and carve up the goblins and pick up the loose change? Go for it. I'm going to get the captain.
And you don't have to go far, because as you turn around away from this cart, you see Elena Greenfield, just as you remember her. And Elena Greenfield, anybody who's interested in the Discord can go to the NPC Rolodex all the way up at the top at the general channels. And there's a photo of her and brief description, but she has piercing blue eyes. Her skin has a radiant glow. She is wearing a custom set of leather armor, and she doesn't wear the normal Tosin patch on her chest. She has one on her left shoulder. She's got brown hair that's kind of tousled right now because she was in part of the fight. And what you would notice and would stand out immediately is around her, floating, is this divine shield. So she has this big shield with the symbol of Oranthia on it, and it just floats around her in a circle. And Bronmyr, if you would like, you can make a religion check with advantage. Or anybody with proficiency in religion.
with advantage, you said?
Yep.
Not great.
Bronmyr, are you there? Oh, there you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
That shield gives off the power and energy of Oranthia. It is a divine artifact, and it marks Elena as a champion of Oranthia. She is the one chosen leader of the faith, chosen by Oranthia herself. And she approaches
Oh my.
onto the scene. And she sees Elos, and she's actually kind of surprised to see Elos out here amongst the carnage, helping the city
Yeah.
with the goblins.
Still has 2 arrows sticking out of him.
And they approach the group and survey the scene, and they see Sir Denigan in his manacles.
Captain, you need to step over here and see this, please, right now, before that guy says anything.
And as she approaches, he goes, "Do not listen to this peasant. I will not be treated like this. I am Sir
You
Denigan."
cowardly bastard! Shut your mouth.
What is going on, Elos? She looks at you.
Sir Denigan here. You notice how clean his armor is, and the sword that has no blood on it. Lean down. Pick up the sister's hand by the back of the wrist.
Yeah.
Notice the injuries on her fingers, and then open the door of the carriage and the blood on the inside of the door where she was trying to. He hid in the carriage and slammed the door on his sister's fingers to keep her from hiding in the wagon and giving his presence there away. This coward, with his magic armor and his fancy sword, hid in the carriage and left his sisters to be killed by the goblins. He murdered these girls just as certainly as the goblins did.
Eyes flash white. She casts Zone of Truth. Tells you to step back. She
By your
moves
command,
in
Captain.
on him. Is this true, Sir Denigan? And he just kind of deflates in the Zone of Truth. And he starts speaking softly. And you guys want to try and overhear what this coward whispers? I will need perception checks.
I would like to use Cybolstered Knack to add a d6 to that, please.
Go ahead.
That makes it a 16.
Okay, so Manek and Elos, you hear as he whispers, They were everywhere. My sisters, they were already out of the carriage, and I couldn't let them see me. I panicked, and I, it's not my fault. It's not my fault." And she doesn't even wait for him to continue. She points at the guards and points at him. And these guards come and they collect Sir Denigan and escort him back to town. And then she reapproaches. "Well, Tosin owes you all its thanks. This is, and you guys can tell that she is trying her best to hold firm, but she looks a little worn and tired. And the goblin attacks have been tiresome and almost unyielding. The militia could use all the help it gets, so I thank you all. We will send. Go ahead.
I just bought Job lunch 20 minutes ago.
Job, and she looks over and notices that Job is one of the guards that's dead. So, There's too much of this now lately. This is what I want you guys to do for your help tonight. I will pay for any rooms at the tavern that you all need. You can collect your bounties at the barracks tomorrow, but given what's happening, there might be more that you can do. So if you're willing to meet me in the morning at the mayoral estate, we shall meet with my mother and discuss this further. But for now,
Elos? Sorry, go ahead.
Just go to the tavern. Get the rest you need.
What's going to happen to him?
She looks over her shoulder at them walking away in the distance, and we will bring this to the temple, and they shall decide on his fate.
And since he's a noble, he'll get a slap on the wrist and pay a fine for killing his sisters.
Her jaw visibly clenches and knots at the end of her jawline. He will be dealt with as deemed necessary.
I hope he meets his justice.
Don't
I'm
we
gonna
all?
pop around and ask her if she wants us to take the guardsmen and the other bodies
Yeah.
back to town.
No, the town watch will come and clean this mess. You guys just finished a fight.
There's another party of goblins that got away.
It's happening more and more. I could have told you that the second I saw no horses.
Do you want us to follow them? Or do you want us to go back to town?
That is the discussion for the morning. So,
If we wait till morning, the sign will be gone.
trust me, there will be sign. You need
All right.
the rest.
Yeah,
And
I
her
suppose you're right.
eyes linger for a long moment on Elos before she too then begins to make her way back to town without another word. And the party ends up back at Logan's Last Chance. Joffrey is now up and at the bar, and this 16-year-old has about 5 empty cups in front of him. And you get the impression that Logan isn't making him pay.
Quick question.
Yeah.
How heavy is a warg head?
I'm gonna say it's well, they don't have much for brains. I'm gonna say it's probably about 20 pounds.
Sweet. I walk in holding both.
Nice.
They're kind of like just bloody drags behind me.
Yeah.
By the time you reach it back to Logan's Last Chance, I'd say they're probably not dripping much more blood. And
We've got the ears and the hands in a bag.
Yeah, and given that Logan has the head of a tiger and a pig and a boar and all that stuff hanging up on the wall, it's not that big of a deal, but he does kind of look at you and go, "Hey, if you could take that up to your room. If Melinda sees that, I'm just as dead as the wargs. Let's not in the dining area, please."
I leave the bag with, I stand at the door with the bag with the hands and the ears, and it's like, hey, can you give me a bucket of water so I can wash some of the goo off of these?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, so we'll
It's fetched.
clean that mess up and put them in a dry bag before we make a bloody mess on his floor, because respect.
I was not thinking that far ahead, and I'm already standing inside. But I'm
Yeah.
just shrugging,
That's
like,
you.
head
This
towards the
is
room.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manek is
Yeah,
just
oops.
one on each shoulder, like talking to him, and
Like,
making
When-
him talk back.
When Logan's wife is out of town or busy, I sleep on the floor in the common room of the inn for free. So
But that's only when Melinda's gone. Right
that's
now, she's
only
in the
when
back
she's out of
drinking.
town. Yeah.
And with that, my brave adventurers, we have reached the end of episode 1 of Minhal for you guys. That was a lot of fun. And as always, we are going to move into what we call Stars and Wishes, if nobody's familiar. Eric, we're going to start with you. Stars and Wishes, buddy.
I don't know. I think Pippin was the star, but I don't know if I
Oh,
could give it to Pippin. Fire
absolutely.
breathing owl. That's some badass shit.
That's terrifying right there is what that is.
That was awesome. I enjoyed that. Wishes. I don't know about wishes, but yeah. So I guess Sam and Pippin are the star.
Okay,
They
you're going
took
to
out.
give them your vote for MVP.
I'm gonna give them my vote for MVP.
Awesome. Awesome. JD, Stars and Wishes.
I concur. Sam and his little buddy Pip are absolutely the MVP tonight. This is a good session. I like everything I felt here. This was good. I think I labeled my alignment wrong because I put it down on paper at chaotic neutral and I'm not feeling it.
Neutral good. I think.
Yeah, I think chaotic still, but chaotic good. It's going to have to shuffle.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but as far as
like real life, people aren't set in stone, you know?
yeah, no, I did not really see Elos being a good guy near so hard.
When you're face to face with Sir Dennigan Upper Crust, it's hard to not be. That dude's a
Well,
scumbag.
yeah, and for the record, the name is just too much. You just killed me freaking dead, man. That was wow. Sir Dennigan Upper Crust.
I can't take credit. That is a player on the Wednesday table, and by the way, he plays him just like that.
Oh my god,
my
really?
God.
That makes it twice as funny, at least.
Even down to like
Oh,
super
wow.
expensive magical armor that's completely untarnished.
Oh my gosh, that's terrific.
So if we killed him, would your player be dead?
No.
Yeah.
No.
No,
He was
okay.
just the inspiration. There was nobody in the carriage for them.
Maybe if we had killed him, you would have said, a chill goes across your spine in the next session.
Oh, the multiverse is breaking.
So what did you guys think of Elos?
I thought it was amusing how he's the paladin of the group.
Nobody played the way you expect their class to play.
I don't know, Eric. I gotta hand props to Eric. He's playing Bronmyr just exactly the way a war cleric ought to be.
Yep. Yep. Manek, Stars and Wishes.
So what's the concept?
So stars is like things that you really liked about the session. Wishes are things like maybe that I could improve on, or things that you'd like to see in the future that maybe we didn't get to. So, hey, that combat was a little bit too crunchy. Maybe I don't want to be in combat for an hour and a half, or, the role play was off, or that kind of stuff. Things that I could improve.
And overall, it's good.
Okay.
Got
And,
no real change for it.
We also do an MVP vote. So far, those two have voted for Sam, and whoever is voted MVP by their fellow players will get inspiration to start the next game.
Yeah, hands down would agree. Mostly for Pippin.
There you go. Sam, you got inspiration.
Cheers, guys. Pippin says thanks too.
Sam, stars and wishes.
If it wasn't Sam, it'd have been Manek, but because Manek was just mowing fuckers, so
Oh yeah.
When I actually hit.
he did a pile of damage. When he hit hard.
Just keen to start seeing the
Samwise,
wild
Bob,
stuff.
you got any stars or wishes?
No, it's a fun game, like I said before. If we're giving MVP, I guess I'll give it to Elos, since he seems to be the conscience of the party. I mean, my halfling is just a happy-go-lucky gambler. So you look forward to him, like asking other people to gamble for on dice games, card games. Wishes. I don't know. I feel like because he's kind of melee heavy, I feel like I have to put my my halfling into like danger zone basically to be 30 feet. So I'm generally gonna be mid laning a little bit, and that just feels really dangerous. Like I feel like I'm gonna get penalized for mid laning to keep bountiful, like in range of like the melee group. But I mean, it is what it is. Otherwise, I'd be maximum distance further back. But
yeah, it's a
it's
risk.
just the
It's
way
a
it is.
risk you got to take. Yep.
Yeah.
Especially with that
You
build.
mage armor early.
Using Bountiful Luck, that 30-foot distance, it's scary. The truth of the matter is, it comes into play so seldom, statistically, because Bountiful only applies when somebody within 30 feet of you rolls a nat 1. It's a lifesaver when it comes up, but it comes up really seldom to be worth the risk.
Yeah, I'll think on it.
Well, I did make a tactical error when I moved. I should have, because I moved. I opened the lane up. They would have had to go through me to get to you otherwise. So
I think it was
The
good. It taught me a lesson not
I-
to take it for
yeah,
granted.
no. Well,
Yeah.
I thought you did. I thought you did well. And until I moved. So that was kind of my fault.
I should have
The-
silvery barbs that crit that happened on you. So sorry about that.
No worries. I didn't go to, as long as I don't die outright or go down, I'm okay.
Yeah,
Because I can always
if the
heal.
cleric goes down, we've got a problem. But yeah, the two big mistakes that I saw the two of you guys make in particular. Sam, you didn't have mage armor up until way late in the combat. You had already taken so much damage.
Yeah.
It might not have helped, but mage armor plus shield, and that's why you use Portent and you use Lucky instead of Bountiful Luck or Silvery Barbs as much as possible, because Portent and Luck don't use your reaction, so that you can shield if you need to bump your AC up when you're getting beat on.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Eric, the only real error you made, tactically speaking, moving out of position and moving 5 feet one way or the other, they could have moved around you and gotten to him anyway. That's not a big deal. The issue, instead of getting your spiritual weapon on the field early and having a bonus action attack against somebody every turn, you cast Shield of Faith first turn and then closed.
Yeah.
And then you should have gotten that bonus action attack out on the field so that you had that extra attack to make every turn. But
Yeah. Well,
otherwise,
I can do that as a class feature. But
yeah.
I had a player play a a war priest, but he was a half orc and he had a 18 strength. So
Oh, good grief! Yeah,
yeah. So I
that is
kind
a
of
very
he
different
always
vibe.
attack. I'm not
Yeah.
that guy. So
I guess there's a little bit
yeah.
of consideration, like just speaking for myself, I don't know how much control or damage like our group can output. So knowing whether to blow really heavy, really fast, like I'm still a little bit. I could have cast sleep, like second turn. Although, like Elos was saying, I should have popped mage armor. I've even got a note to pop mage armor like as soon as possible, like before we even enter an encounter. But I just
That's what the Wednesday party did. They popped sleep. Most of the goblins were asleep for almost the entire fight, and they just mopped them. I think it was only
Yeah.
3 rounds of combat for the Wednesday table. But they've got a much different makeup as you guys. I'm going to go real quick for Stars and Wishes. Stars, I thought the role play tonight was really, really great. The improv that Elos had and you guys had in the pub was really good stuff. The fight was fun, even on my side, even losing as the DM, losing. It's fun to watch you guys learn your classes and stuff and learning them along with you because I've never played with a bountiful luck halfling, or a hospitality halfling before. So that's stuff that I've gotta get better at as well on my side. And my only wish is that we had a full party. Uh, Hopefully Life is able to join us next week and we can have the full party and yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop the recording now.